Singapore's government will lead the way in growing the supply and demand for green investments. Finance Minister Lawrence Wong said it will lay out the framework and rules and test them with its own issuances. A new office to catalyse these efforts has also been set up. Mr. Wong made the announcement at the opening of the Singapore Sustainable Investing and Financing Conference.
The office will develop the framework and work with our statutory boards on green bond program development, as well as undertake industry engagement and manage investor relations. Individuals, small medium enterprises and large corporates will also need access to sustainable financing. So MAS will facilitate the issuance of sustainable financing instruments, including green and sustainability-linked bonds and loans.
Mr. Wong also said building capability and scaling the carbon credits market is key to growing the green finance sector in Singapore. He also cited several ways to accelerate the shift to a low-carbon future. They include having a consistent definition of what is green, improving the data available, and putting in place global standards for disclosures and reporting. In a fireside chat later, Mr. Wong said getting carbon pricing right is critical as it will influence decisions for businesses and government. And the comment comes as the country reviews its carbon tax, which places a price on emitting greenhouse gases. It's now set at $5 a tonne, and an update will be given at next year's budget.
In government, we are already applying a carbon price in our evaluation of projects. And that helps us to decide whether or not to proceed for some projects, especially when they are marginal cases, but then with carbon price put into the equation, the cost benefits tilts towards a more favorable outcome. So having the right carbon price is absolutely critical.
The government is also engaging with industry through fintech platform Project Greenprint to look at issues like tracking carbon footprint across the supply chain.
Over time, we can expand the use cases to other areas. For example, we can look at ESG certification for green products, green bonds, green REITs. The ESG certification comes from different registries, but potentially you can bring them all together on a platform through Greenprint so that it's verifiable, it's easier to compare, and it's easier to access information.
A call to create opportunities for retail investors in the transition to a net zero world as governments and institutions put money into green infrastructure. Temasek Holdings CEO Ho Ching says these will help individuals to invest for their own retirement or for their children. As she was speaking at the closing of Ecosperity Week organized by Temasek.
We have a common interest to deliver inclusive growth and ecosperity that delivers a livable planet for people. There are no returns from a dead planet or a divided society. As investors and businesses, we share a collective responsibility with governments and the labour movement to ensure that there is a future for our workers and our people.
Well, Ms. Ho will join the board of directors of Temasek Trust from tomorrow when she steps down as CEO of Temasek Holdings. Temasek Trust says she will become its chairman from April next year.